Driving along the Costa del Sol in Andalucia just before Gibraltar and turning right into the hills will lead you to a secret land which was relatively undiscovered from tourists until recently. Los Alcornocales, a national park, also known as the jungle of the Iberian Peninsula, can be found in the Spanish Campo, the countryside. The lush green oasis brings a welcome surprise from the barren brown land that you might expect with summer temperatures of 40 degrees centigrade plus. And when you spot tall steel platforms running alongside a railway track just short of tree height, you know for sure that you've arrived. In springtime, these platforms are occupied by nests containing baby storks. From time to time, if you're lucky enough to see it, the parents swoop in low and land on the nests, no doubt with food for their new additions. Myths say that storks are the bringers of new life. Spring is their time to put their own family first and raise their own babies. Besides storks, you may be lucky enough to spot vultures, eagles, owls, hawks, otters, deer, and even mongooses. Cork trees are a natural resource for the park, and cork is extracted in 9-year cycles during late spring and summer. Typical whitewashed Andalusian villages can be found scattered throughout the park, where dogs laze in the streets and villagers sip coffee and eat churros, tostada con tomate or tostada con manteca, lard, before getting underway with their daily tasks. At the heart of the campo is Castellar de la Frontera. The village is made of two parts, El Nuevo and El Viejo. El Nuevo, or Newtown, was built in 1971 to house the occupants of El Viejo, the Old Town, since the villagers were ousted from their homes by the government at that time. Passing New Castellar, the road starts to wind upwards until a glimpse of Old Castellar, the castle, can be spotted perched on a cliff. The entire village of Castellar used to be housed within the castle walls, which saw many changing of rulers, especially throughout the 12th century to the 15th century. With the construction of the new town, it remained empty and abandoned until restoration began in 1983, and hippies from all over Europe arrived and made the castle their home. As the approach road to the castle winds round, you'll pass by small cottages, and the lake or reservoir can be seen below, with the waters glistening and shining in the bright hot sunshine. During the days of the hippies, many of these cottages could be seen to grow herb plants of the medicinal kind, but that was then, not now. Gradually, the hippies depleted as the tourists increased, and only a few remain at present. Finally, you reach the castle, which towers high above you, beckoning to be explored. Walking along the cobbled streets inside the castle back in the hippie days revealed small wooden doors and dwellings of artisans selling pottery, paintings, and reconditioned 1960s clothing. The air was thick with the scent of musk, incense, and it mingled with orange blossom from the trees. And music filled the air, changing genres and sounds with every 20 paces that you took. There are still a few remaining artisans to this date, but hunting for bargain prices has now become a difficult task. If you fancy staying in the castle, then there is a hotel, or you can rent one of the cottage dwellings inside the castle. Refreshments can be found in several little ventas, that's local cafes or restaurants, with some serving menú del día. The sense of peace and tranquility is overwhelming, with magnificent views of the Andalusian countryside down to the lake and across to the Rock of Gibraltar, the Straits, and to the coast of Morocco, which can be seen on a clear day. The castle truly is a magical place, and once visited, the memory will remain, along with the feeling of peace and contentment, for this certainly is the place of dreams, and for sure it will become your secret land.